I want to show you how to make little miniatures that you can use in something like this. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and today I am here because I'm going to show you step by step how I make this amazing trinket box, because I want to inspire you. Stay till the end of the video because I'm pretty sure that you're gonna love it. I made this box with little rolls of felt and fabric, so they look just like when you have them in a box, in a corner, in your sewing room or in your craft room. I also made a metric ribbon or measurement tape, and I'm gonna use it somewhere inside the box. I used yellow foam, the thin one, and I draw all the numbers. Then I have this plastic little mold that come with Barbie clothing and dresses. So I convert this from this plastic, as you see it here, into this. That is something that we usually see inside a craft room or a atelier or a couture room. So let's see if I can include everything I have, because I like everything. Some Barbie dresses that I can use inside my box. And then I have a little lace pieces, and I love this color. I cut this and I want to have it on this side of the box. So let's start. I also have these little, this is used to be a leg from a tray that I want to use for something, probably like a vase or something. And I also created this little shell with some books. I also have a crown that I want to include, because when we craft, we are princess or queens on the crafting. And I created these miniature sweaters made out of real sweaters from the Home Depot. So this is what I have. I use this flat fasteners here, and so I can use them too. And I have these are from tin holes. They are thick and they're pieces of measurement tapes. Also, I have another measurement tape here and a little box that I also print and made. Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. I have a bunch of trinkets related with sewing and with crafting. So I'm gonna try to make a trinket box using this box that I am recycling, and that came with a lot of things for scrapbooking and stuff like this, paper flowers. It came with this ribbons, and also with a bunch of letters and numbers that I have been using in some of my projects. But today I'm going to transform this box into something else. The focal point, I will say, is this sewing machine, and it's actually a porcelain Limoges castle from France. I got it from a secondhand store, and this thimble that my son brought me from Philadelphia, and so I'm gonna add this too. Also, I have this beautiful vintage lamp that is a miniature, and a bunch of little things around here that I'm going to be placing inside the box. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some glue. It is like an old rose color. In Spanish we call it rosa palo or antique rose on the back of the box, so I can have the lace glue on top of this part. So the idea of having a trinket box is really beautiful, because you actually can keep memories or things that you really want to keep, and you can keep them organized, you can keep them clean, and they can last for a long time. Also, you can make your trinket box even with your precious things and just use it as a gift. This can also go from generations to generations in families, because probably you have a grandma who used to craft or who used to sew, and then this is going to be a way to honor her, and you can transfer this from one generation to the other in your own family. I think that this idea is really nice, and of course it's a very creative idea. We always have a lot of trinkets around. Sometimes we go to a thrift store and then we see something, it's a miniature that we love and it reminds us about something, or it has a story that is related with you or with your family, and then you buy that little trinket, and sometimes it ends up in a corner somewhere on a shelf, on a library, at home, and then nobody's like paying attention to it and you can barely see it around. So it is always nice to have something like this, create something like this, to keep your own treasures, or for a present or family treasures that we always have around. About the sewing machine, I'm just gonna add glue on the borders. I don't want to add glue on the brand. So just in case one day someone wants to just detach it from here, the person is going to be able to see that it came from France. So this is where the sewing machine is going to be. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this cute? All right, so now I need to decide, and I have my box with all the fabrics, and this is going to go next. I hope you like this project and that you really get inspiration, because it's really, really fun. I have a problem here. This is a little bit wider than the space that I have here. So I have two options. I can make it smaller, or I can just leave it only with 3 faces, but I'm gonna go with the first option, and for that I need to fold this a little bit more inside. So I'm detaching this part, and probably I need to take all the fabrics out and fold this a little bit more inside, 5 millimeters, and then we can go and fold it again, so it's gonna be more narrow, so we can have it here like so. Now we're gonna glue here, and I want to do the same with this part. I used to have this little label that says scarves, and I'm gonna leave it there because that's not gonna be visible. And here we go. Now we're gonna cut the extra there and here. And please share my video, recommend it to other people so they can make their own crafts and they can have these great ideas to create something different. And these are very original projects. You don't see them very often. And these are really one of a kind project, because none of these projects is gonna be the same. So I'm gonna take the label that said scarves, and I don't know if you can notice, but now it's inside the box, so it's not going to interfere with the glass, with the plastic, with the lid. Now let's place the rolls of fabric. I'm gonna have the tollers on the back. I'm not gonna glue the fabric, I'm just gonna let them in a normal or natural way, and I just glued the bottom of the box. The size is better. I also have this little piece of crochet that I can add around here, and I was thinking that I can cut it in half. It can be like so, or I can also have it on one of the sides. I prefer to have it here. I'm gonna put it on this side. Yay, it's really cool. And I don't wanna go with the side that says Philadelphia. I'm just going to go with the little church. I have the mannequin I made, so I need to cut this in order to place it. Alright, so this can probably go behind the thimble between the box and the fabric. Oh wow, this is really taking shape. And my idea was to have the measurement ribbon like so. So this is what I'm going to do. Try to keep it sturdy. Measurement tape there. Wow, I love it. I really like it. I love this project. I'm using tacky glue, but in some cases you may need the glue gun for faster results and faster attachment. How I made this little pin holder. This is a thimble, plastic thimble that came in a game somewhere, and this is a pom-pom I got in a bag from the Dollar Tree. And so I glue it inside the thimble, and then here I have all my pins. I think that this is the perfect place to glue it, right here. And now I'm going to place these flowers, and then I have this butterfly. I cut this from a magazine and I fold it in half, so the wings, I'm gonna give the impression that it's a 3D butterfly right there. We can always apply glue on top, so it's going to give shine and it's gonna fix the image, giving it a little glossy touch. So let's put it there. Giving the idea that it's flying. And I have these rulers. I can probably have one here. I'm thinking to have the lamp close to the sewing machine. All right, now I have this other measurement tool. Oh, I can just stick this here and it's going to be totally fine. There, amazing. I only want the little ones. Let me see. Oh, I have a couple of them. Look, this is amazing. This is all I have. So let's think about the crown. I'm gonna have the crown down here, or I can have the box here. No, I don't think so. So I'm gonna have that. What about just gluing the buttons on the shelf so you can see them from up there, like so. There, there. And now let's add the box. And I have this one with the numbers. I need the books or the cardstock, and then I can have more freedom to move the books wherever I want them. So I can have them here or in between. Let me check. I can have two books up there. I need to separate them from here. Oh, that was easy. All right, so I want to have probably the books here. Let me show you a cool idea to make miniature books. I have 3 here that I already attached to my Trinket box, and I have another one that I'm making here. You just need a piece of cardboard and a piece of scrap paper. The only thing you're going to do is you cut your cardboard the size you want the book to be, and then you cut the scrap paper, or you can use also magazine pictures of paper like I did for this ones, and then you glue them in a way that is even. If you have extras, you can always come back and cut and make it look really nice. I have my book, and here I have a couple of more books. A good idea is also to leave the bottom at the level of the cardboard, so you're gonna get a better attachment to the shell. This one is pink. I love it. It has like hearts around, and I'm gonna glue it just here in the corner like so and like so. Oops. Okay, let me see here. I think I'm gonna have both of the measurements here. Yes, I'm gonna go with this on here too. Let's just leave it like so, like they're hanging, and it gives like a more natural feeling or look. The butterfly, I want it to be not completely flat. So for that, I'm going to cut 2 tiny pieces of cardboard, and I'm going to glue them on the back of the butterfly. This is too big, by the way. I just need a tiny piece, like probably 4 millimeters long, and this is what I want. And I hope this is not glue yet. Let me see. Okay. I think that it's too late now. Well, I can leave it like that with only one wing shown, like an open wing, just like so. And I think I don't want the box here. Let's just place this here. I have the buttons. Now I have the pins. It's looking really amazing. I am in love with the result. And I have a tiny piece of crochet here. It used to be part of a doily, and I want to glue it right here, right there. Super cool. And for this, I'm gonna need to cut them open. There. This can be open somewhere too. Keep it inside here. The swatches, I'm gonna open them a little bit so you can see. I should glue them so in the way that they're not gonna move, and so we can see the colors. All right, so I'm gonna add a tiny bit of glue on the back so they don't move too much, and just leave it like so. And I have as the last element, this dress is not working anymore, so I'm gonna cut this here, this part of the skirt as a little roll. Or we can always fold it and also sew it or iron it. And put it in here. Let me get the box again so it's easier to work with. Let's staple it. Let's see. Let's add glue and put it against the box. Here. This goes like so. And now I have to add glue again and put it here. Wow, I love it. I really like it. And I have as the last piece, what are we gonna place here? I was thinking to have these flowers like folded. Let's see. Like it's gonna look like paper around. So I'm gonna fold it in 4 parts. 4 parts like so. 4 parts. And now I'm going to glue all of them together and place them inside this little vase. They can be like paper for patterns and templates and stuff. Now we come here. We're about to finish our project and this is coming along really nice. Alright, so this is what I have. And let me give you a closer look so you can have an idea of how beautiful all the details are. You know, I have had this waiting on my desk inside a box for so long, and finally the moment is here. I am in love with the result, and I'm gonna place the cover. Is glossy, so you're gonna probably be the reflection of the camera. Now I'm gonna go closer so you can see all the details and how amazing this looks. It's really, really wonderful. And now I'm gonna place the cover. It's glossy, so you're probably gonna see the reflection of the lights, but I want you to see the final result. Let's do it like this. Exactly, the box was exactly in the distance I needed. The crown I wanted a little bit in the front, and of course I need to keep this standing so the crown is not gonna go in the back. So this is what I have. And guys, I can tell you that this is what I have and I love it. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these 2 little hangers on the back so I can hang my project on the wall. And also I'm gonna add a little sentiment with the date and my name, of course, and the today's date. So I'm gonna do it
And
right
if
now.
you make it till the end, thank you so much. And don't go away without subscribing to my channel. Hit the button down below in the description box and then touch the bell. And that moment, you're going to be able to receive a notification every time I post a new video. And that's happening every week. Thanks so much for watching, and I see you pretty soon in my next creative episode. Bye, friends. Bye bye. Bye, friends.